Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday to you and Happy New Year to you. I'm glad that I could be stationary this Friday so I could hop on one of these fun coffee before class sessions with you guys. I'm like Chris, man. I miss when we were doing those coffee sessions with you the last couple of years. So it's good to be back. Kudos to Derek and Patty for coming up with the idea to let us come back and hang out with you guys when we're stationary on a Friday. Want to wish all of you a happy new year. I hope that you are rolling into 2022 in a positive and healthy and peaceful way. Always good to start with a mug of the finest on a Friday morning and ease on into the weekend. So, one of the things that I thought I would hang out with you and talk about is just growth. Every year, I've never been a big New Year's resolution dude. I've always kind of chuckled at those a little bit. I tip my cap to people who make New Year's resolutions and they're actually able to keep them. But it's always funny, like, when you run into the gym in January and that thing is just absolutely packed. And within just a handful of days, it'll settle down when reality sets in with folks, and you'll be able to peruse through the weights like you always have come February. Had a couple of friends that actually owned a gym in Houston, and they told me that they'd have this rush of people signing up every year, and then within 90 days they were down to about 20% of the people who set up those goals early on in the year, but it continued to cash in on those monthly payments. So smart dudes. But what can we do? What can we do for our growth in 2022? I mean, I think there's a lot of things, that we can work on. Just our education alone. I was just incredibly proud to see one of our instructors, Amanda, recently go through and get her PHR just on her own. I think that's amazing and takes an awful lot of work. So well done, Amanda. And then the next week, there's a LinkedIn submission from Dave and Tony. Dave, our president, Tony, our executive director of International Association of Interviewers, where these dudes went out and got their master's degrees. That's incredible. That's incredible. And I tip my cap to them as well. Awful lot of work, especially when you're going full time, to be able to go out and show your commitment to education like that is really amazing. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys know we're all incredibly competitive at WZ, and I was a little jealous by these three acts, so I've been doing things on my own. So equally impressive. Just thought I'd let you know. I read not one but two books in 2021. Okay, settle down over there. That I don't know if you can hear that. It's my wife clapping. I'll handle the sarcasm. Thank you. I got to tell you, this is a feat for me. A lot of people are running out buying a lottery ticket hearing that news. I swore when I graduated college back in 1947 that I would never read another book cover to cover, and pretty much kept up with that for many years. But we're doing our best at WZ in continued education. Actually, we're having monthly meetings now and have been for several months, where we each take a topic and we just take turns and we jump on the horn. We post articles and listen to podcasts and talk about what we've learned about different topics. I think so far this year, we've worked on, or last year, most recent ones, we worked on false confessions. We worked on a bit on de-escalation, rapport. In fact, one of the books that I read that I think you guys would enjoy too is this one right here. One, if not the biggest, most recent published studies on rapport and its use in the investigative interviewing process, centered around adaptive and maladaptive behaviors. It was a huge lift. I'm glad I was turned on to that one. There's a lot of information just in that one alone that WZ is going to be incorporating into its training in 2022. So we're growing as well, learning things. I know we also did one on emotional intelligence. So I think what we all need to do in 2022 is set realistic goals, things that benefit us, but benefit others as well. One of the things that I have always enjoyed, I'm, starting off year 24 with this outfit. That is hard to believe they've kept me this long. Is one-on-one sessions, and we do an awful lot of coaching and mentoring sessions. And I've always reached out to my peers because I want to be mentored as well. I want to learn from others. I want to understand what is out in the field. We love feedback from folks. It means a lot to us. We know we don't have all the answers, so we want to continue to grow. But maybe that's something that you do in 2022 is figure out how to carve out time and be a mentor or be mentored. Another thing that I've done actually in the last several years is, we all live out of suitcases. And the first handful of years I worked for this outfit, I really enjoyed it. I mean, the travel was fun. I enjoyed seeing new places. So it was kind of fun. And then the last 20 years, it's just work. You get on a plane, you hope it's not delayed. You hope your bag shows up, the bag isn't broken, and you go out and you do your job, do it well, and hop on a plane and get out. I think I'm going to revert back. I'm going to slow down. And when I'm in these areas, reach out to locals and sit down with people and have real conversations about their thought process and their demographics, their cultures, things like that. I recently spent some time in Buffalo, working with a good friend of mine who's a senior VP of people and culture up there, and really slowed down, had dinner with a team and listened to some of the locals. Happened to run into some of, obviously, Dave Thompson's buddies with the Bills Mafia. And it was a fun evening. It really was. It was just to learn about that area, to learn about their ideals and their thought processes. It was educational. It was growth. It was fun. So I think 2022, let's let it be a year of goals. Let's try to figure out how to make ourselves better. Try to figure out how to make other people's better, and just have a positive year. So I'm really hoping that I get to see you guys out in the field. You'll definitely be able to keep an eye on my travels through LinkedIn and other things. And if I happen to be in your backyard, I'd love to sit down and buy you a cup of coffee and just catch up face to face across the table too. Be safe. Have a wonderful weekend out there, and I look forward to seeing you guys down the road.